Yeah, so favorite fight scenes, making them, shooting them, watching them.
etc.
Uh, the fight's kind of like really painstaking to kind of like make, because it's incredibly meticulous, and it takes as long to make as it is. It's as long to make. It's as long to make as it is
Long
fast
to
watch.
answer the question.
Yeah.
It is
to
my.
make the
You
fight.
can sort of tell, like even just thinking about the making of the fight scenes were fun to make, but they're incredibly intensive and meticulous, and the way that like Brad and Pung and his team kind of break it up in a fashion where the actors can think about one small chunk at a time, and as such, unlike if you're a Western action film, for the most part does like wide, mid, tight coverage, and in this kind of every shot is as long as it is on the screen pretty much, and that's the way that like they do it in Hong Kong, and that's the way that we did it with this. My favorite one I didn't know what my favorite one to make was, because they were all incredibly painstaking. I think my favorite ones to watch is I like watching the Roxy one, and I like watching the Twins one, because the Twins one is maybe because it goes completely off from the book, but I think it was the last one to be finished, and so it always feels like the paint is still wet on the dragons. So I like watching the dragons one, because it kind of starts to break out of the box completely into something completely bananas.
I was just gonna say, regarding how complex the fights were, I remember times you were shooting a fight scene, like the last scene, the Gideon scene. I would like make eye contact with you, and I don't think you even knew I was in the city, like at all. Like we were looking straight at each other, and you were just in this fight. But yeah, I like most of them. I like the Lucas Lee one a lot. It was the first one you showed me, and just seeing Michael just break into battle, I was like, oh yeah, Michael Cera, check it out. And I love watching the Roxy fight. I love the thing with the hand and like the flip and just everything. That whole fight is amazing.
I like the Lucas Lee fight a lot too, because that was the first one we shot, I think, right?
Yeah.
And it was so funny that all of a sudden we were just, we had been training, and then we went and shot for like over a month.
You shot the apartment stuff first?
Shot all the apartment stuff, all the Steven Still stuff. And then, and hadn't been training consistently. And then all of a sudden we shot all this stuff up to the fight, and then it was like the next setup, we're like going into this fight all of a sudden. It's like, oh my God, this is really going to happen. And and then, I had the same reaction as Brian when I watched it. I was like, wow, Michael Cera.